Epistemology is the study of knowledge. It asks big questions. What is knowledge? How do we know what we know? Can we ever be certain about anything? These are not easy questions, but they are important ones. For a long time, philosophers thought they had a good answer to the question of what knowledge is. They called it the justified true belief, or JTB, account of knowledge. This account says that for someone to know something, three things must be true. First, the person must believe it. Second, it must be true. And third, the person must be justified in believing it. This might sound simple enough, but as it turns out, things are not so simple. Let's break down the JTB account of knowledge a bit further. This philosophical concept has been a cornerstone in epistemology, the study of knowledge, for centuries. It aims to answer the fundamental question, what does it mean to know something? First, belief. This one is pretty straightforward. To know something, you have to believe it. Belief is the starting point of knowledge. Without belief, the concept of knowing something doesn't even get off the ground. To know something, you have to believe it. This means that you must hold a certain proposition or statement to be true. For example, if you know that the Earth orbits the Sun, you must first believe that this is the case. You can't know something that you don't even think is true. If you don't believe in a fact, it can't be part of your knowledge base. This is why belief is a fundamental component of knowledge. Second, truth. This one might seem obvious too. For a belief to count as knowledge, it must be true. But how do we determine the truth? This is a complex issue that philosophers have debated for ages. But how do we know if something is actually true? This question delves into the nature of reality and our ability to perceive it accurately. Philosophers have proposed various theories of truth, such as correspondence, coherence, and pragmatic theories. That's a question for another time. For now, let's just say that for something to count as knowledge, it has to actually be true in the real world. This means that the belief must correspond to reality. For now, let's just say that for something to count as knowledge, it has to actually be true in the real world. This means that the belief must correspond to reality. If it doesn't, then it's not knowledge, no matter how strongly you believe it. Third, justification. This is where things start to get a bit trickier. Justification involves having good reasons for your belief. It's not enough to simply believe something that is true. You need to have a rational basis for that belief. To have knowledge, your belief can't just be a lucky guess. Imagine you guess the answer to a difficult question on a quiz show and get it right. Even though your belief is true, it doesn't count as knowledge because it wasn't justified. You need to have a good reason for believing it. This could involve evidence, logical reasoning, or reliable testimony. Justification is what separates true belief from knowledge. This reason is your justification. It's the evidence or rationale that supports your belief and makes it credible. Without justification, even a true belief is just a lucky guess. So, that's the JTB account in a nutshell. It provides a framework for understanding what it means to know something. By breaking knowledge down into belief, truth, and justification, we can better analyze and understand our own beliefs. Knowledge is justified true belief. This classic account helps us navigate the complex landscape of what we claim to know and why we believe it to be true. In 1963, a philosopher named Edmund Gettier published a short but incredibly influential paper. This paper would change the way we think about knowledge forever. Gettier's paper presented a series of thought experiments. These thought experiments showed that it's possible for someone to have a justified true belief that doesn't actually count as knowledge. How could this be? Let's take a look at one of Gettier's examples. Imagine you walk into a room and look at a clock on the wall. The clock says it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and let's say it happens to be 3 o'clock. So you have a true belief that it's 3 o'clock. But here's the catch. The clock is broken. It just happens to be stuck at 3 o'clock. In this case, you have a true belief. It is 3 o'clock, and you have justification for that belief. You looked at a clock. But do you really know that it's 3 o'clock? Most people would say no. Why not? Because your belief is only true by accident. This is a fascinating thought experiment that challenges our understanding of knowledge and belief. Let's look at another example. This one will take us on a journey through a peculiar and intriguing scenario. Imagine you are driving through the countryside. The road is winding, the scenery is picturesque, and you are enjoying the tranquility of the rural landscape. Suddenly, you see a barn in the distance. It stands out against the rolling hills and green fields, catching your eye immediately, and you believe it's a barn. It looks like a barn, it has the shape and structure of a barn, and there's no reason to doubt it. But here's the catch. This is a strange part of the country where almost all the barns are fake. These fake barns are meticulously crafted to look real, fooling even the most discerning eyes. They are just facades built for tourists. These structures are designed to attract visitors, creating an illusion of authenticity. And the barn you see happens to be one of the few real barns in the area. Amidst a sea of deception, this one stands as a genuine structure. Again, you have a true belief. It is a barn, and justification for that belief. You saw it with your own eyes. Your senses and reasoning lead you to conclude that it is indeed a barn. But do you really know that it's a barn? Given the context of the area, where fake barns are the norm, can you be certain of your knowledge? Again, most people would say no. The prevalence of fake barns casts doubt on your belief, making it difficult to claim true knowledge. Your belief is only true by chance. In a place where deception is common, your accurate belief about the barn's authenticity is more a matter of luck than knowledge. This thought experiment highlights the complexities of knowledge and belief. It challenges us to consider how context and probability influence our understanding of what we know. So, next time you find yourself in a situation where appearances can be deceiving, remember the fake barn county. It serves as a reminder that what we see and believe may not always align with the truth. These examples, and others like them, are known as Gettier cases. They show that justified true belief isn't always enough for true knowledge. Sometimes you can have all three and still fall short of genuine knowledge. The key problem seems to be luck. In Gettier cases, the person's belief is only true by luck, and knowledge, it seems, simply can't be based on luck. So, what can we do about this problem? The Gettier problem has puzzled philosophers for decades, challenging our understanding of what it means to truly know something. Philosophers have been trying to come up with a better definition of knowledge ever since Gettier published his paper in 1963. His examples showed that having a justified true belief, or JTB, wasn't enough to constitute knowledge. They have proposed various solutions, but there is no single solution that everyone agrees on. Each proposed solution has its own strengths and weaknesses, and the debate continues to this day. Some philosophers have tried to add a fourth condition to the JTB account. This fourth condition is meant to address the issues raised by Gettier cases, where a belief is true and justified, but only by coincidence or luck. This fourth condition is meant to rule out cases where the belief is only true by luck. For example, if you believe that a certain horse will win a race based on solid evidence, but it wins due to an unexpected event, your belief was true, but not knowledge. But no one has been able to come up with a fourth condition that everyone agrees on. Some suggest that the fourth condition should involve the reliability of the belief-forming process, while others propose that it should involve the elimination of defeaters. The Gettier problem shows us that knowledge is more complex than we might have thought. It challenges the simplicity of the JTB account and forces us to reconsider what it means to truly know something. It is not simply enough to have a true belief that is justified. There must be an additional element that ensures the belief is not true merely by chance. There needs to be something more. This something more could be a variety of factors, such as the reliability of the evidence, the absence of any misleading information, or the context in which the belief was formed. But what that something more is remains a mystery. The search for a solution to the Gettier problem continues, as philosophers strive to develop a more robust and comprehensive account of knowledge.